Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Kasi here from the Kasi Podcast. Before the episode starts, we just want to thank you guys for tuning with us, for staying with us for the past year. It's been a long road, but we've made it a year anniversary. For a celebration for the year anniversary, we linked up with Joseph, who you're going to see in episode 16. He was also with us in the first episode. We linked up with him and we linked up with his brand, RichNBroke. And we want to do something for you. We want to do a giveaway. But listen up, because you've got some rules. So number one, you got to make sure you're following the Kasi Podcast. You got to make sure you're following RichNBroke. And last but not least, leave a comment underneath this video, underneath this episode 16. And you have a chance to win any free item of your choice from RichNBroke. I hope you enjoyed this episode. Hope you enjoyed Joseph. Comment, send a message to us. Let us know how you feel, how you enjoyed it. And we'll hear from you soon. With a couple of topics, I'm really interested in what Simba might say about one of these. Do you have a... Oh, you're not mic'd up. If you can.
That would be cool.
I do want to hear the comment. I do want to hear, yeah.
That would be cool.
Come some over.
TKP.
Okay.
Good morning, good afternoon. Thank you for tuning in, the Kasi Podcast. We are back, episode 16. And it's a special one. Year anniversary. We started this in June 2020. The first episode came out in June 20th, but our first recording was June the 11th. And this episode is coming out. Our first recording was June 11th or June the 12th. And this is coming out June the 11th, I believe. Simba, is June the 11th?
July.
It's June the 11th. July. See, my guy. Yeah, so we recorded the first time July the 11th.
Yeah.
And this one's coming out July the 11th, I believe, too.
Yeah.
So a whole year, we're back, we're here. Thank you guys for listening, for tuning in. If you've just joined the past month or so, we appreciate you too. So thank you. And we thought it was only right we get the first guest on because it's a year anniversary. It only makes sense.
Yeah.
So thank you, Joseph, for being here.
It's good to be back.
Appreciate you. It's been a whole year. A lot has happened in that year.
I know.
A lot has happened in that year. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for coming back. You've always been a supporter of it. You've always reshared some of our stuff. And
Come on.
we spoke a bit about episodes. So thank you. How's it been? How you been recently?
You know what?
I say? Let's not even do the whole year. Let's just do recently first. How have you been?
You know, when you mentioned that, like the year anniversary, I was just like, wow, damn, a year's gone by quickly. But you know, during the year, it didn't feel like it was going by quickly. But yeah, they say that happens. But yeah, recently I've been good. I've been getting a lot of good news recently. So I've been quite, I've been feeling good mentally. Finished uni. That's a huge relief. Moving on to bigger things in September. So yeah, I'm buzzing. I'm excited for the future.
I was very reflecting about where I was when we first recorded last year.
Yeah.
And like where I am today. And to keep it specific with the podcast, like me and Simba, we have like, it's much more of a routine and schedule, and there's a plan.
Yeah.
As opposed to the first time we recorded.
Yeah.
We just booked in the studio. I was like, okay, let's do this. Let's see what happens.
I can tell like the growth is visible, and I appreciate that from you guys for like keeping the consistency. Yeah. It's good to see, man. It's good to see.
No, it's good. So yeah, my question to you is like, what are some of the like things that might stay the same, and some of the things that have like drastically changed from like where you was July the 11th last year as opposed to now?
Things that have drastically changed.
If there is anything.
Yeah, things that have drastically changed. So obviously I was studying at Kent University, living in Canterbury for most of the year. And I think just this week I've moved back home, moved back to my mum's house. And yeah, that's a big drastic change because obviously I'm not going to have my own space anymore. And you know what? I'm excited. Spend a lot more time with my family. Yeah, so I'm looking forward to that. Looking forward to that for the next couple of years, maybe. That's a big drastic change that's happened recently. But other than that, nothing too mad has changed. Nothing unexpected. Anyway,
That's it's not something I would know because I finished uni as well.
Yeah.
But
you studied.
I was studied in London, so I was living at home anyway. So I'm happy I went to uni and all that. But sometimes part of me feels like I should have gone
far out.
I should have gone somewhere else just to experience that different. Would you live in London? Do you meant to see yourself living in London, or now you've been out of London?
You know what it is? Canterbury is a really nice small city, so it's very communal and like a lot of people there. Like I was there for like three years, and like the locals recognize me. The locals know who I am. But in London, you have that same type of community, but it's just London's big, man. London's too massive, and I don't know. I guess having lived outside of London, lived in Canterbury, I feel like I can see myself living outside of London. Before I was just like, nah, no way. I'm always living in London. Transport, like things to do, just abundance. But now that I've moved out and seen what the other side of the coin is, I feel like it can happen. I can definitely live outside London. Yeah.
So even me, I haven't taken that experience outside of London for a long period of time.
Yeah.
But even now, I know just the small moments maybe a week or so I've been out of London.
Yeah.
I know that I want to live out of London, but close enough that I can just drive in.
Yeah.
Close enough that I can just drive in.
Yeah.
Because there are things in London that I can't be too far away from.
Yeah.
Because it's just how I am. Like I'm born and raised here. So that's how I feel.
Yeah.
Out of London, but close enough that I can just drive in for 30, 40 minutes.
Yeah.
And it's not that deep. I can just drive back home.
Yeah.
But then the communal and the communal aspect you talk about and the quietness of it. I feel like it's I don't feel like I know being out of London, like nighttime is quiet. Like everywhere is active in London, everywhere. And it's like a Sunday, 11 p.m.
Yeah.
Even then, a couple times you might.
London's a hub 24/7, man.
So that was some of that, there's a bit more nature out of London.
Yeah.
I love that aspect. So I always feel like I don't think I would live in London. But I need to travel more because I might get older, travel more and realize I don't even want to live in England. So I don't know.
You know what? I mean, before I moved out to Canterbury, I thought, I would always live in London. So I don't know if I spend like another 6 weeks somewhere else,
another country.
Like, whoa, maybe I can.
That's what I'm saying. Is you just need to try it first, see what happens.
Yeah, man.
But there was something else that we spoke about recently. I don't know if it's something that you're talking about. People know this business thing that you're doing.
Yeah.
Is that something you could talk about?
Oh.
And I feel like you posted it before and like you didn't get in or something, or they didn't. Like,
yeah.
Can you talk about that?
Yeah, I can.
What is that?
So earlier on this year, I was applying for like grad jobs.
Okay.
Basically that's what it is. I was applying for grad jobs and I had a lot of like rejections, a lot of no, thank you. A lot of people just didn't even get back to me. So yeah, when I posted that earlier on this year, it was a bit demoralizing, but like I posted it knowing that people would kind of pick me up and you know, tell me to keep going. And yeah, so I think a couple of weeks ago, I got an offer for a grad job in September, and it's an American company as well. So yeah, it's quite a good opportunity for me. Like I said, I'm excited to see what the future holds there. And yeah.
So what would that
the job entail?
Yeah. What does that bring off to you? Because like people don't know. If you don't know, get to know. You like have your own clothing brand, your own clothing company, RichNBroke.
Yeah.
We spoke a lot about that in depth on our first episode when you were here last year.
Yeah.
Like you've got a lot of experience.
Yeah.
And how long have you had that? Like how long did you start it? How long has it been now?
RichNBroke's been going for like since 2018.
So a few years here and there.
Yeah,
and you've had your ups, you've had your downs. So
Definitely.
You've experienced a lot.
Yeah.
So what does this job now like entail? Shouldn't that be like? How can people even like not accept you? Like you have your clothing brand that you.
Yeah, I know. It's crazy, man. There's a lot of like these like corporate world jobs. There's a lot of people who just like they're more so on kind of background education and that kind of stuff. But there's a lot of places who do look at experiences as well. and value your experiences. And fortunately, I found a company who valued my experience and wanted to take me on. I think going into university, initially, my plan was to like eventually find a grad job that would kind of fund my business.
Okay.
So what I plan to do is for the next 3 years work my ass off, earn a lot of money so that I can pump that back into my business. And I like to say that I see myself in the next 3 to 5 years doing RichNBroke full time. Having my own office space, having like a little production center somewhere, and just, you know, making a business flow. The next 3 to 5 years, that's where I see myself at. So I think this job is just a means to an end kind of thing. Because I don't know, whilst I was in uni, like picturing myself in like a corporate 9 to 5 job, it was hard, but I kind of had to tell myself like, this is just a stage, this is just a means to an end for the bigger picture. And also the exposure I would get in a corporate world, you don't know who I'm going to bump into, the conversations I'm going to have, literally the connections, the opportunity. So why not go for it and see where it can take you, but also have in mind the bigger picture about my baby RichNBroke.
You're gonna come to work every day with a new RichNBroke item.
Literally,
until
like,
someone goes, "What is that? Oh, it's my brand."
Do you know what I mean? I am the brand.
So what? I was gonna say what. So would you be like in this workspace? You would be working with other people and them connecting with other businesses, and you just be shadowing and experiencing.
So what the workspace is basically it's right now I'll be in business retail. Okay. My role is business retail underwriter, and that means exposure to different corporate businesses. So like maybe work with Tesco, work with Sainsbury's, or
so it's more than just clothing stuff.
It's more than just clothing stuff. It's more business business risks and analyzing business risks. I don't want to get too much into it, but it's basically it's an exposure into like the whole corporate business world.
I hear that.
And so I'm excited to see what that has to hold for me.
No, that's sick. You posted that other day, and because I remember the first time you posted early in the year, it was a decline and stuff, and then you posted accept. I was like, that's amazing. Even though at the time I didn't really understand what it was or what you was getting into, but it was like something that you loved enough to post and was happy about. So I was like,
literally.
Well done to you, that's sick. And you hear people talk about jobs and finding jobs out of uni, and it's never the easiest. That people can be working, people can be graduate for a whole year and still not having a job. So that's sick for you. Hopefully as well.
Thank you.
But yeah, your baby, RichNBroke.
Yeah.
How has that been? Because I remember when we spoke about it last year, we were going through the thick of things with lockdowns and whatnot. Yeah. And you did say some stuff like, you experienced how like it wasn't the best time. It wasn't the best time, as you can imagine. And with everything that was going on around that time, I remember you saying stuff like you experienced you had never experienced so much love and support as a black business owner. Through everything that was going on around that time, which we won't get into. But so how's it been the past year, RichNBroke, carrying that, still pushing that? You've had a couple of releases, I'm sure.
So from the last time we spoke, we ended up releasing a collection of t-shirts, and that was actually our last release. And reason
I remember we was that episode we was talking about the one you planning with the postcode where we was talking about the conversation about the postcode, and so that's the one that was coming out.
So that is actually the latest release. And so with that, I think I released that when it was quite late, maybe September. Last year, September.
Last year?
Yeah, I think it was last year, September. And then going forth, obviously, uni took a toll on me.
Third year, I know how you feel.
Yeah, and the
everyone's
whole...
got to take a break.
Do you get it? So, so RichNBroke had to like be put on pause for a minute, but obviously saving on the side as well. So within that year, I think from like November till now we haven't released anything. From like November to now we haven't released anything. However, once because I finished uni quite early in terms of like coursework, I finished in April, so I started planning for September, for drops to come out in September, and yeah, I think I shared on my private on Snapchat the collection pieces that I'm looking to bring out.
Yeah. You shared a couple of things. Yeah.
And so I'll just give it like a brief explanation of like the whole theme of that is like so for me September has been a lot about going back to school, going back to education, that kind of vibe. And so what I wanted to do was like bring out like educational pieces. So one of the pieces I plan on bringing out in September is a varsity jacket. And although it's quite an American thing, I feel like varsity jacket is, for me, when I look at a varsity jacket, I feel like, oh, what uni is that varsity jacket from? And
so it is really an American thing.
We don't really incorporate it here in the UK, but I like the idea. I like the style of clothing. And so come September, I'm gonna release a varsity jacket from the RichNBroke school. We don't own a school, but I like to say we're a school because we try to educate. But yeah, so we're gonna bring out a varsity jacket that's about education, going back into school or going back into some sort of education, and just remembering that education is important and whatnot. And there's also a hoodie and a t-shirt that comes along with that. And the whole collection is just themed around education, basically.
Is that drop coming this year?
Yeah, this September.
This September?
Yeah,
say no more. Oh, cool. I hear that September going back.
Yeah, so I'll just roll with the theme.
But
sick. Yeah.
I do remember a couple of the pictures you shared, and I don't know, you was getting a feel for what people would like. Yeah. No, I was down. I forgot what the pictures were. I forgot which one I liked better, but I think I said something.
I remember you.
So that's exciting. So that's the main thing you guys are looking at.
Yeah,
for
that's
September.
what I'm working on at the moment.
That's it. We're waiting for that. So then I want to ask a question, because it's just something that came to my mind from what you were saying. Because I'm a big advocate, and I never knew it until I went to uni. But I'm a big advocate. I feel like everybody should go to uni, and I understand, day and age we live in, you don't have to go to uni. Depending on what you want to do, you don't need a degree. You can go and do that without having to go to uni. But because of everything else uni provides and entails and everything else that comes with it, all the byproducts of going to uni, I'm a big advocate of like, go to uni. Like, even if you do it for a year and you definitely hate it, you don't want to do it, fair enough. But I would say people should go. I had no clue in 2018 when I applied. And I applied in like May. Yeah. So I was mad late. Because I did January 2018. If someone asked me, "Are you gonna go uni?" I would be like, "No." And then like April, May, when I was like, "Oh crap, what am I actually doing? I don't know what I'm doing." Yeah. So I just applied. I thought, you know what? Let me just do it. I'm not doing anything else. I'd rather go now than get to 26 and I feel like I want to go then. So I applied and I went. And then fast forward to like 2 years in. Now I can see my path, like where I want to go for the next 3-4 years. And it's cleared up so much stuff. I've made connection with so many people. So for all the little side of things that come with uni, I'm a big advocate for it. I think people should go. Are you like that? Do you think people should go to uni? Do you think uni is like, because I feel like it's essential. I'm not only for the educative side, but I feel like it is
for the life. I completely understand what you mean, but I feel like it depends on the person. It depends on the type of person you are. The type of person you are, I know that when you have an opportunity, you grab that opportunity and you run with it. So it's like the way you explain that situation of, going to uni, making connections and being around people and just learning things. I feel like for your type of person that, go to uni and, take those opportunities and make that network. But I feel like for a lot of people, they'll tell you their story is completely different. Like they'll go to uni and feel like they were completely alone. And they felt isolated and maybe the uni work was too much. And but then, like you said, go for a year and see if it floats your boat. But in a sense of like what uni brings, I feel like, uni brings a lot of life lessons that you can bring back into the real world and, apply when applicable. I feel like uni also, brings you around a different bunch of people, like international students, met people from Ghana, met people from China. And it's just like the exposure of people, of different characters, different type of people you meet helps you to understand people as a whole, helps you to kind of, leave the bubble that you came from and understand there are different type of people in this world and, accept people for who they are kind of thing. So I feel like in terms of kind of understanding human beings and understanding people more, unis are definitely a big place where you can do that and get those opportunities.
You said the type of person I am. So the question is, what type of person am I?
Now, when I think about
I wasn't asking. That's a long conversation.
No.
I don't know what type of person I am. That's a long conversation. But as this is the year anniversary, we do definitely want to thank all the listeners and all the people tuning in to Kasi Podcast every month. We appreciate you. We thank you. It's been a strong year. We hope you guys enjoyed the content. And then if you haven't been here for a year, go back and check it out. Check out the first episode. You might find some interesting content. But for the year anniversary, I did ask people to send in some questions, some thoughts, just some things that they thought about the podcast, whatever they want to say, and we would be talking about here on the pod. So we did get a few. We got a couple, and I have Joseph here with me to
go through them,
tackle some of these with me, because I don't want to get cancelled on my own.
Oh no. Don't say that.
So yeah, I got a couple here. We'll do 2 or 3. So you ready?
Go on.
All right, we'll do the first one. All right, cool. So someone gave us a question. Why is it so hard for this generation to be loyal?
What?
And I feel like this person specifically asked it because they know I'm a guy, and there's a good chance I'll have a guy on here.
Someone having a dig at you?
Nah, they wouldn't. They shouldn't. So why is this? First of all, is this generation not loyal?
Loyal? What in context of relationships? I'm assuming.
I imagine that's the way they asked it.
Is it hard? Do you know what it is? I feel like a lot of the times when we speak or when we do things in terms of like our own bubble. So when someone says, why is it so hard for guys in this generation to be loyal? I'm thinking not all guys are like that. And within your bubble, then yikes,
Yikes.
if it does seem like that. But obviously I understand speaking from their current standing, that's what it looks like, then fair enough. But I do somewhat agree with what he or she is saying in terms of, I think it's a girl-guy thing. I don't know why I was so directed at guys. But I feel like in the generation we're in the time we're in, I feel like everything's just so fast-paced.
Yeah.
I think relationships are very traditional, carry like a very traditional body. But like in the time we're in, where everything's quite fast paced, everything's quite bang, 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 boom. Yeah. So I feel like the clash or the two parallels between being in a relationship and it being kind of like traditional kind of vibe, and then being in a time or space where everything's quite fast paced kind of makes, I don't want to say unloyal, but it kind of those two parallel clashes and doesn't allow the two to merge. But obviously there are situations where they do merge and things can work out. But
nice. No, I understand what you're saying and I agree. And to sort of piggyback off that point, I feel like in our generation, with the things of like social media, we consume so much, and we consume so much that other people didn't have to. So we consume small things that celebrities go through. We consume a lot of things that someone else in a whole other country goes through. We consume so much from America itself, in terms of culture and things like that. So when we're going up through this and we're 16, 17, 18, 19, especially early 20s, where you have a lot more freedom to go out and do other things what you want. I feel like if you're not at a certain level of if you don't have a certain level of maturity to navigate through all these things that you're consuming, it's like it can be too much for you sometimes. It's like, I feel like if you was to put 100 toys in front of a baby, within 5 minutes they will play with about 20 different toys. Like, I doubt they're gonna pick one toy and play with that toy out of the whole other 99 for 30 minutes. You know what I'm saying?
Do you know what? In the context of what we're talking about and what you're saying, it sounds mad, but I hear you.
You know what I'm saying? Like, if you, but that's what I'm saying. Like, the baby is not mature enough to
yeah. You know,
make that decision.
Yeah.
So I feel like you know, but if you put 2 or 3 toys in front of that baby, then maybe it might find one. It might try out one of the other 2, but it might find one and be like, nah, I like this one's favorite.
Yeah.
But so that's like with us, where we consume so much different things and so many different aspects of life, and we have information to so many other things. It's like, if you don't have that level of maturity, you can easily find something and be like, actually, no, I want to go there now. Now I want to go there now.
Kid in the candy store.
Yeah, exactly. That's literally that.
Yeah.
Like, you don't know what to. So, but then again, I don't even know if our generation is so hard to be loyal. There might be a bunch of quiet guys out there.
No, for real.
Who are super loyal and may or may not have. And I'm assuming this question is in the context of relationship.
Yeah.
So there may be 100 guys out there who are super loyal and may or may not be in a relationship, but they are just that kind of person. So I don't even know if this generation is.
But you know what? In the context of like not in a relationship, I feel like our generation is quite loyal. I mean, we are quite loyal. I feel like, I mean, bro, take me and you for example. Like, fair enough. Like we've been to school together from like year 7, but we had that gap from like college 6th form days where we weren't as together often. But there is that sense of Usher, that's my guy. Like, if he needs something, cool, I can do that for him. Yeah. So I feel like that little example, there's a lot of that in our generation. There's a lot of like friends who've been friends from way back and they still have each other's back regardless of like situations. So I feel like, we have the heart to be loyal to each other, but there's a lot of instances where, trust is betrayed, people are hurt.
I mean, does everyone even have the same definition of loyalty?
Oh.
Like, does everyone even have the same definition of loyalty? Like, the way I view loyalty.
Yeah.
Go to a random other area in London and pick out a random other guy. Does he have the same definition of loyalty that I do? Does a female have the same definition of loyalty that a man does, that a male does? I don't know. I don't think everybody does have the same definition of it. I feel like people can see it differently.
I think loyalty is more so respect. Like, I feel like a lot of people associate loyalty with love, but I feel like loyalty it should more so be according to respect, because regardless of love, regardless of I like you, if I respect you, if I respect your decisions, if I respect what you're doing, I will be loyal to you. Like, I will feel a sense of, a sense of respect for you because I respect what you're doing. And if I feel like if you can take away love from loyalty and I'm still loyal to you, then that is loyalty for me.
I've always had a thing about respect to cheating. Of course, it could be from a I don't know.
Wait, say that again.
But so of course I haven't been in like a full on long term relationship, and I've never been in a position where I've cheated on someone. No one's ever cheated on me.
Yeah.
But I do feel like someone who cheats on their partner, there isn't respect there. I feel like so I would always say, like, God forbid, if I was to ever get cheated on, like, there is that. It baffles me how some people could like take someone back after they've cheated, because I'm just like, there's clearly lack of respect.
Yeah,
I don't care what excuse they have, whether you was on a damn break or they were drunk or they made a mistake. There is a certain level of like lack of respect there. So I definitely agree. I see respect and loyalty a bit. They're two separate entities, but they do link a bit.
Yeah.
So I do think you're right. Respect is 100% one of the bigger ones.
Yeah.
But yeah, loyalty. It's
a big topic. It's a big discussion.
Let's do one more. We'll do one more. Someone asked. You touched on it a tad, but it's a bit different. Someone asked, what is the difference between lust and love?
Whoa.
I know. These questions were either very specific or they were like super vague, and it will take us years to get into them.
Difference between lust and love. Oh. Do you know what it is? I feel like
I think there's a huge difference.
Yeah.
I think there's a clear difference.
Oh no, yeah.
Not huge. I think there's a clear difference.
Yeah. Definitely.
If we'd be seeing each other and I don't feel like I want to see you after a week, after 2 weeks have gone, then I don't think I love you.
Yeah.
I don't think there's love there. If we'd be seeing each other and after a couple weeks, 3 weeks, max a month, I really don't want to see you anymore. I'd rather not see you.
Yeah.
Pretty much love isn't there.
Yeah.
It's something else.
Yeah.
It's something else. I think there's a clear difference between them two.
There is. I feel like love is defined by a lot of things. Love
even very much like loyalty. Everybody would define that in their own self. I don't think there is a way to define love. To be fair, I don't think there is. I don't think there's words in the English dictionary that can define love.
Yeah. Love is a lot of things.
Yeah,
man. It's so broad. Like love is patience. Love is tolerance. Love is sacrifice. I feel like a lot of those things like come with love, whereas lust is like once you're shaken or once that love is tested and you fall and don't get back up, then fair enough, that is lust. But love is more so patience, tolerance, sacrifice. That okay, even when I am shaken, even when things are going wrong, you know what I feel for you will make it okay, because I know we can get out of this. I know we can, overcome all of these struggles that we're going through, because I understand how I feel for you. Whereas lust is like, once you're shaken or the boat is rocked a bit, like a lot of people just jump ship and not, stick to what they're doing.
With a couple of topics, I'm really interested in what Simba might say about one of these. Do you have a...
You want to hear I don't know, mic'd up.
Oh, you're not mic'd up.
Jump in.
If you can.
That would be cool.
I do want to hear a couple. I do want to hear, yeah.
That would be cool.
Grab some over.
TKP.
Oh, you want me there?
Let's go, Simba.
Okay.
So, you remember questions?
Which you want me to answer?
The second.
You have one you want, the second one?
Yeah, whichever one you want me to do, man.
Okay.
Yeah.
Easy. The second one, okay? Difference between lust and love.
Difference between lust and love. I feel like it's stages, right? I feel like the initial stage of attraction. Do you want me to talk to you or Joseph?
Joseph.
Okay. Sorry about that. I feel like the initial stage of attraction is lust. I feel as much as people talk about, personality and secondary factors, the first thing that sticks out to you about another person is how they look. And I feel like that's the first stage. And I feel like once it gets to a certain point, then it becomes love.
Okay, I feel like I can agree with that. So the lust becomes love.
Yeah, I feel like it starts out at lust, right? Like that's,
Okay.
and I feel like to some degree that stays. It's let me not speak out of turn too much, but I feel like sexual attraction is such a major part of romance, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Like in my opinion, if you're no longer sexually attracted to your partner, I feel like that's going to be a big strain on your relationship.
Yeah.
And that in itself is inherently lust.
Okay.
So to me, lust is, there's a difference, but I think they coalesce.
Okay. But what about situations where people are like friends for a long time and then become lovers? Because maybe the initial attraction isn't there, so there's no lust. It's more so they've been friends, they've shared personalities, and then all of a sudden some sort of romance has been sparked, and now they're in love. So they've skipped that lust stage.
Joseph, you got him.
Do you know what's weird? No, like that has always. I've never understood that concept. That's always
Really?
confused me, because I'm like, I guess. Yeah, that confuses me a little bit. I guess, yeah, where does that... Because to me, I feel like if you became partners at some point, inherently somewhere deep down inside, there's a part of you that at least thought this person could be attractive.
Yeah.
You just never considered a relationship. So I feel like that was always underlying, right?
Okay,
I don't
enough.
feel like you wake up one day and be like, wow, Joseph's suddenly looking kind of fine today.
Yeah.
I feel like if somebody initiated the relationship, at some point, they had already acknowledged Joseph be looking kind of fine, and because of other reasons, they just maybe hadn't pursued it.
Okay. Yeah. I feel like I can agree with that. That is, it's always there underlying, and it just probably took some sort of spark to bring it to surface.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I think you're standing in front of the camera, by the way. Maybe just stand there. Is there any other questions you want me to answer, or
I think we'll give you that one.
give me that one? You sure?
Simba's got more to answer.
You can catch up with Simba and his filtered self a little bit later in the program. Thank you.
Thank you for having me on, Asha. I'm gonna go behind the camera.
He did. He snuck out of it.
Oh yeah, thank you, Simba, for your
Interesting take.
interesting contribution. There was something someone else said. I've been talking about a live show. Is it possible for us to do a live show at some point? Somebody mentioned that.
Yeah, that is. I don't know if they probably can't hear me.
Yeah, but you're saying someone says something about a live show
That'd
for
be
the
cool.
podcast. That'd be quite cool.
Like
I don't know how
calling
we.
in.
Yeah, we could. That would be interesting.
Yeah.
We might have figured out something like that at some point. That'd be quite cool. But no, Joseph, thank you. I appreciate you being here, man. Thank you for tuning in, for coming through. I hope you enjoyed the episode.
Definitely, man.
A whole year. I'm gonna lie, maybe not 2 years, a bit, but another anniversary. You're gonna come down.
Oh yeah, definitely.
You're gonna come down, definitely.
Definitely. I enjoy being here, man.
Boys and girls, thank you for tuning in. Thank you for being here. Year anniversary. I hope you've enjoyed the year sticking with us. I hope you stick with us for another year. We appreciate you. We thank you. We're gonna leave you, let you be. This was episode 16. Joseph, RichNBroke, thank you. And have a good morning, have a good day, have a good night. Stay safe, stay sweet, stay street.